Alright, track guide for RC Michigan. Previous one, I'm gonna handful of laps, maybe 10, something like that, full and a provide commentary, and then I will review the tires and then lastly break down probably my fastest lap. I'll break that down at a little bit slower speed. This track is interesting. I expect tire wear to be pretty high. All about momentum. I feel like kind of the first groove is your ideal groove. Into turn 3 here, if you look at the wall, there's like little red 3Ms on the wall. I kind of find counting back on those like 5 or 6 before the end, something like that, is probably a good point to lift and brake. You really got to roll the corners. A bit before the stoplight here on the wall for turn 1 seems to be. I'm gonna trail a little bit of brake, roll the throttle. This first seam here, this is the Legacy Michigan before they did the repave. That first seam seems to be a pretty ideal spot, but you can see all these 3Ms on the wall, somewhere like here-ish. Just really roll into it. You want to be smooth in your throttle inputs, slowly ease back into it for full throttle.
Currently 0.4 off your best. The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 106 Fahrenheit.
Track's a little warm right now, which most of the races we're doing this season are going to be at noon. So you're going to be dealing with that. That's how they ran a lot of the races back when. Try and run really low. I think it just gets a little bit looser the lower you go, and I don't think you want to run any higher.
That puts you 0.5 slower than your best.
Car really wants to kind of push out to the wall from 2 there, and you don't want to put a ton of wheel into it to hold it out of there, or else you're just gonna burn up your tire. Committing back to full throttle here, exiting all the way out to the wall. You'll see people run high or low here. No rhyme or reason. Yeah, running lower here, I don't think I'm able to get back into it as well. You might be able to drive into this corner a little bit deeper. But I think it's going to burn the tires up if you do that. Specifically the right front. That's the issue tire.
You're now
tends to be in this car.
Off your best.
Laps are a little bit longer than previous tracks, so this video is going to be a little bit longer. Maybe I won't do a full 10 laps. Maybe I'll just do 6 or 7, something like that.
You're currently 0.3 off your best.
Car doesn't seem to get loose anywhere, so that shouldn't be an issue here. If anything, you're going to burn up the right front and just not be able to turn. I'm going to drive a little bit deeper here, see what happens. Yeah, just pushed a little bit. Lap time might end up being okay, but I feel like it's abusing the tire.
That puts you.
Yeah, lap time was
slower than your best.
pretty decent. That was not a good corner. Trying to drive it in too deep now. I'll go ahead and run all 14 laps. This might be closer to a 10-minute video, but that's fine. You can always fast forward.
That puts you 0.2 off your best.
Not gonna hurt my feelings. Fall off doesn't seem to be as crazy in these cars, which is good. Like even your tire, like the percent on your tire is going to go down pretty significant, but the overall effect on like lap speed is not huge.
You're now 0.5
Going to
off
enter
your
all
best.
the way up against the wall and then bring it down. I don't think I've touched on that yet, but you want to really straighten out the corner the best you can. Let's run one more lap, I think.
You're currently 0.5 slower than your best.
I'm gonna assume my right front has been used up a little bit more here. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've probably done that. Alright,
You're now 0.5 slower than your best.
so all those laps are within 4/10 of each other, it looks. Alright. Not bad. 84 on the right front, 87 on the rear. Then obviously the lefts are wearing some as well, so that's actually not bad at all. Let me break this down. Where's cockpit? Turn off this webcam. Probably not necessary, I just talk into it some. Let me go back and look at it, and that was a 1, 2, 3, 5. Yep, that was 10 lap run. Oh, look at this, 300. So like I said, you want to be up against the wall here. This is the stoplight I was referencing. You want to lift and brake a little bit before it. So right here is where I'm lifting and braking, and you can see I'm only applying 20-30%, and I'm kind of easing out of it. Ran a little bit of a higher arc there, really kind of feathering the throttle there mid corner. You can see I actually rolled out of the throttle for a long time before I pick it back up some. I'm still playing with it here. And committed to full throttle there. Trying to straighten the wheel out, run it out to the wall. That'll help with tire wear. So all these 3Ms on the wall is what I was talking about. I kind of found, counting back, 5 or 6 of them, so somewhere around here-ish. See where alright, so right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7 back, 7 to 8 back. And you can experiment going further or earlier, whatever you find works best for you. Similar to turn 1, used a little bit more throttle, but you got to really roll the center with no throttle. I'm kind of getting back into it a little bit, playing with it, and then I'm committing back to full throttle. All the way out to the wall. Alright, let me know if you got questions.